So traders, why is the stock market going up these last 2 days? I don't want that to happen. I actually want a big pullback. Give me a 10 or so percent pullback in these markets, because that's when I'm going to. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video, because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so as I was saying, I want a 10% pullback in these markets because I don't want this market to continue up the way it is right now. Now, obviously, I can't tell what the market's going to do, or I can't tell what the market to do. Who knows? We could be right now. We're in a triangle pattern, and I want the market to crash. Please give me a crash. Now, what I mean by a crash is, technical term is a big correction, right? But looking at these markets here. Looking at these markets and the way that I'm viewing these markets is that we may be squeezing up into this triangle pattern before we get a breakout and then just a big move up. I see an incredible move coming in for the next 6 months or so out of the actual stock market. But the thing is, guys, is that when I'm trading these markets, right, I'm using different things like chart reading strategies, trading systems, and so on and so forth. And you can actually learn all that sort of stuff for $7. I'm actually running a $7 sale. Very first link in the description, guys. Go grab that. Again, just for $7, you can get access to that trading course. But looking at what I'm looking at right now with the stock market is that we are squeezing up, and we're developing this here when it comes to, look at this here. We have a low, we have a higher low, and we have another high low. So we're squeezing up into this pattern. But for me personally, traders, I don't want that. I want this thing to crash. Now, again, guys, a crash technical term is that I want to see this thing pull back big time. If I take everything off the screen and if I bring up the weekly charts, I want to see this thing give me a nice good freak out big pullback through here somewhere, right? Now, again, just a 10% pullback. So if we go from the high down to the low, that's roughly 10%. So this low here is roughly 10%. Now traders, hear me out. Okay, hear me out here. One, I am already long these markets. I have been long these markets for the entire year, basically. So, and for you guys that have been following me, you know my position has always been I'm long these markets right now. But what I'm saying is that I want to add to these markets. I want to add, I want to literally triple up on the position size that I got right now. I've got options in the markets, but I want to add a much bigger position to this market here, but I'm not doing it until I see extreme fear in the markets. So I want this market to have a big pullback. And again, the pullback, that low through there, which is that 4,000, this low right here, right? So I want this thing to come back down to here somewhere. Because if that happens, that's going to give us that good, say, 10 or so % correction. And if that happens, there's going to be extreme fear across all the markets. And that's when this guy, me, is going to go in. And again, guys, I'm already long these markets right now. But I want to literally, I'm ready to put in a much bigger position size into these markets, because I'm very confident that if we can get a very big pullback, maximum fear equals maximum opportunity, especially right now, and that's going to freak people out, and then it's going to shoot off like a rocket, and we're going to see one of the most craziest moves we've ever seen in the actual stock market. So for me, traders, right now, if I have a look at the S&P 500, we are getting a very tight squeeze up here. And we may not get the pullback. We may just continue to filter around, which we have here. We may continue doing this and then get a bit of a breakout. And if that happens, guess what? We may not be even getting that pullback. And I may not be able to add the way that I want to add. I'm still long these markets, which is a good thing. And then we may just see another move up from here. But we're not getting, for me, again, guys, for me, I don't want to see that. I want to see a big pullback, because traders, we are not at the top of the market. A 10% pullback, right? Just say that was 10%. This was 20%. A 10% correction in the market is not the top in the market. That's not tops, okay? These are not major tops in the markets. They're just corrections in the markets, right? It just moves up, pull back, move up, pull back, move up, pull back, so on and so forth, right? So these are pullbacks in an overall market. A crash is like what, 30, 40, 50%. Now, yes, I do see that happening, but I see an incredible move up first to extend what we're seeing through here. And after that incredible move up, then I see this thing having a big collapse. So there we go, traders. Again, if we don't get the big pullback, I won't be adding to the markets. But if we do get the big pullback, that's going to be a blessing, and that's what I want to see. But if we don't, I'm still long these markets, and I'm still very, very bullish moving into the next 6 or so months, towards the end of next year out of these markets as well. So that's what I'm seeing through there, traders. Again, I want this in the crash. Why isn't it crashing? Give me the crash. And again, guys, crash 10% sort of in there. So to traders, there we go. That's my little update for the markets and what I'm seeing and what I'm thinking for me personally anyway, and what I'm doing with my money. Again, my money has been long these markets this entire year. You guys know that. And I'm looking to add to a lot more in these markets. And so we'll just see what actually happens there. So traders, make sure you grab that $7 trading course in the link in the description. That little sale that I'm running there. So you can grab that in the link in the description or go to johnsflashsale.com. Speak to you next video, traders.